do you think who should be the likely replacement?
The right choice made. Sanju has to wait. Expect big things from Virat this ICC Champions Trophy.
Does that give you any indication that is it going to be Akshar Patel leading the side? Have to include India going into the semis, who is the second team announced?
I think
Moving into the next team, and I'm sure by the time you've watched my jersey, you know which team we are going to talk about, is the men in blue. It's Team India. The T20 World Cup champions are back, and we are back in the Champions Trophy as well. You must have wondered that it's being hosted at Pakistan. Do the format, do the scheduling without India, do the Champions Trophy without India. But I must tell you, India always finds a way. And without India, you cannot have an ICC tournament, to be honest. Jay Shah is still he's rather the ICC in the heads as well. But we still have India in the Champions Trophy, and we'll have all our matches at Dubai. I have Rohan with me. Rohan, welcome to the show. 2002 joint champions versus Sri Lanka, and then 2013 that famous, shall we call it a T20 champion, versus England under the leadership of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, two-time champions. Now we are back, and now it's Pakistan who are the defending champions, but India look firm favorites once again, as always, with more or less the side which was there in the 2023 World Cup. Your overall thoughts on the squad, please?
a good squad, very balanced squad, as you rightly said. Point of a continuation from the 2023 World Cup squad itself. And though at home, India played formidably well. Just that one bad game at the final, or else throughout the journey, I think every player stepped up. If one didn't click, or there was not dependency on one not player, it was a complete collective team effort, which is what is required to win championships. And starting from the leadership of Rohit, who kind of got that good start always, and gave that opportunity for the middle order to cash in. So someone like a Virat or a Shreyas, all these guys did well because of those fast starts that he gave along with Gill. I think that's what you need as a complete ODI team. Everyone to chip in with their roles. You don't want a heavy, top-heavy team or a kind of a lower order heavy team. You want to have the proper balance to become champions. And if you see, just to take a template from our T20 World Cup, it was a kind of a good collective effort wherein everybody played their roles to perfection. And of course, very importantly, I'm not sure about his fitness yet, but someone like a Jasprit Bumrah stepped up at the bowling attack to lead from the front. So I think his availability will be one of the important issues for us on how we show up in this Champions Trophy.
100%. And he's somebody who removes the pitch out of the equation, even if it's a flat deck, if it's a grassy track, whatever. But it's at Dubai, so we might expect some moisture and something for the fast bowlers. We'll come to that as the show progresses. But I'll go back to the Champions Trophy final in 2017. It was a heavy defeat for Team India against Pakistan. That one moment, I'm sure you have watched it and you remember it time and time again. Did you really think that what if that run out did not happen? Did you have that belief? Did you have that belief that Hardik Pandya had that calculation in his mind to pull things off? If not pull things off, would he have managed to take the game deep?
You never know. It was a heat of the moment, you can say, but until then, for the kind of start we had, these Pandya and Jaddu kind of gave that hope that it can be pulled off. But going slightly behind in the game, I think that no ball of Jassi also hurt us there. For Fakhar Zaman, I think he went on to make a big 100. So I think small movements or key movements is what cost us. Generally, it was a trend at that time that one odd game or one odd moment in
Correct.
the ICC knockouts is what is.
I think semi-final versus West Indies T20 World Cup as well.
Exactly. So I think that's where the luck turned for us in this T20 World Cup as well. So I think playing those key movements, sometimes the toss can be a factor as well, wherein like in T20s, the dew used to be a factor. But since it's a 50 championship, I think the toss factor and maybe Dubai at that point of the year may not hold so much dew, at least by the time at least 80% of the game would have been done. So I don't think dew factor should be so much. But definitely, as you said, at the morning times, little bit of moisture will be there and can help the seamers. But overall, I think, as you said, one odd movement shouldn't be decisive. That's where I said if it's a team effort, we won't be depending on one or individual to pull us through. Everybody, I think as fans also, we will know like still there is one more batter to come whom we can trust our hopes on. So I think that's what you want. All to be match winners, not be one kind of a player dependent team here.
100% all to be match winners. But you said earlier, just a while ago on the show about Jasprit Bumrah's availability. We know he's currently in New Zealand. His surgery scans and etc. is out there, but doesn't seem likely. But fingers crossed. Let's hope he comes back. Let's hope he's fit for the Champions Trophy. But if he's not, huge blow. We understand that. But do you think who should be the likely replacement? Because we're hearing, like we are recently seeing the likes of Harshit Rana and the others are there, but nobody can match his skill sets. But who do you think should be the likely replacement for Jasprit Bumrah?
I think someone who just missed out of that squad at the back half of the BGT did come good. I think someone like Mohammad Siraj, I know he's been up and down, inconsistent, but come the big games, that guy has that skill to deliver, especially at the key moments, I feel. So if in case, just see, I think, as you said, fingers crossed, if he's not available at the start, maybe towards the latter half of the tournament, in case we qualify, just his presence will be vital. But if not, you need experience in ICC tournaments.
Correct.
Due respect to all the names that you mentioned, they're still raw at international level, and come a big moment under pressure, they make crack. We have seen that happen to Harshit Rana in the recent BJT when someone like a Travis Head, etc., went after him. He had no answers to the kind of attack that was upon him. So I think someone like experienced like a Siraj, because Shami is also coming back from injury. I know he may play those few ODIs here and there against England, but come the big moment, you need experience to come good. That's where I know,
Agree.
irrespective of the recent form, I'll just give one more go to Siraj to hold his place in case just isn't available.
In case Bumrah is not there, Mohammad Siraj, you have to come back DSP Siraj in the squad. But once again, no ICC tournament for Sanju Samson. Justice for Sanju Samson posters will be out there as well. Do you think the right choices have been made when it comes to the two wicket keepers that have been picked, KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant for the 50 over? I think yes.
Yes, as you said, Samson, I think he will be there as a standby. I think how the selectors would have thought is what you need to think. If not Sanju, whom would have replaced? I mean, end of the day, all the 15 who are picked, they're also equally deserving. Yes, as an
Mhm.
Indian fans, we can always count 5-10 players who can also be in the squad. Why not XYZ based on current
Definitely.
form, like a Karun Nair or a Siraj who wasn't there, Ishan Kishan. All these guys can make a name for themselves, or their fan clubs can come to support. It doesn't matter. End of the day, what is suitable for the team as a template. Because if you go by your squad, Rohit and Shubhan will be your openers. And in case of injury, they wanted a left-hand opener. That's why Jaiswal is picked as a reserve opener. Sanju, in recent times, has success at the top of the order. So there is no space available for him. I think that's where they wanted an X factor like a Rishabh, a left-hander somewhere in the middle, to in case there is a spinner going on in the mid lowers where the game can be decisive. They wanted a left-hander who can attack the spinners and go after them. That's where Rishabh, irrespective of the stats and all, you need someone to counter those things. We know Rishabh has the game. It's just that sometimes the short selection maybe, or the
Mhm.
consistency kind of lets him down, or even us at the times, or at times the dressing room is also at the edge of the seats. What's going to happen next with Rishabh? But we need to believe in him. He has the ability. Only when
Yeah,
you give confidence to player, that's when they shine. I'm pretty
absolutely.
sure in case somebody isn't available, Sanju will be the next guy in. But you have to bide your time at times. What is the best 15? We can't have a 18 or 20 member squad like a
Yeah.
away series or anything. It is a ICC tournament where you have to fix 15, and based on the roles and requirements for the 15-member squad, I think that's where the second wicket keeper slot went to Pant, because KL has done pretty well in the 50 over format as well. So I think the right choice made. Sanju has to wait.
Right choice made. Sanju has to wait. And also, if I can add one more line into when you said about Rishabh Pant, because when we come to the discussion about the predicted playing 11, you might just be short of left-handers. So he's the very important player out there when it comes to left-handers in the middle orders. But talking about the players at the top of the order first, and that's where the template starts getting there for India. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, and Yashasvi Jaiswal are the three openers that have been picked. Rohit 157 runs in 2024 with a strike rate of 141. He made Sri Lankan pitches look like a flat batting paradise. Shuman Gill is there, 57 runs to his name. Not ideal when it comes to 2024. But on the other hand, Yashasvi Jaiswal is yet to make his ODI debut. So your thoughts on this three players? What do you reckon when it comes to the opening pair? Once again, backing with the 2023 opening pair?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I mean, I'm not a much of a stats guy, to be honest, Pritham, but I'm looking at the kind of impact these guys have had.
Correct.
Rohit, apart from the recent form, that's red ball cricket. If you keep that aside, in white ball cricket, he has been pretty phenomenal. Even the T20 World Cup, he did well. Yes, he's retired from it now, but the 50 over World Cup, he was phenomenal at the top of the order. The kind of blazing starts he gave, the kind of attack he took to certain key bowlers of the opposition, and of course, his captaincy in white ball cricket is pretty exceptional. I think along with Gill, he forms a pretty good partnership wherein sometimes Rohit does the attacking and Shubman takes the anchor role,
Anchoring role, yeah.
and kind of it can oscillating at times depending on who is having a good day as well. That's how partnerships should work. So and Jaiswal, yes, he hasn't played the ODI format yet, but we have seen his potential that he has done well in Australia. I think that's a big tick mark for him. I think that's where his selection merited more ahead of a Samson or someone, whoever was the other guys in the opener slot contention. So I think Jaiswal is there just as a reserve opener in case something happens to these guys. Your niggle starts coming in at wrong time, you never know. So I think that's where Jaiswal was kept in the squad of 15 in case. That's it.
Backup choice. Yes, Jaiswal, you said
Yeah.
that the 2023 pair should open. You're not a stats person, but Virat Kohli in an ICC tournament has to be your man. He always will be there, and he is at number 3 without a doubt about that. Nigel comes into the equation, and then comes back spasm Shreyas Iyer. He has been backed once again. He's back in the Indian side. Pretty good to see that, though he doesn't have a contract. But I am sure that it's very, very good to have Shreyas Iyer back in the side. How happy are you seeing Shreyas Iyer back in the side and as your potential number 4?
Both are good because in Dubai at times it can be helping the spinners a bit more of so the day games. And Shreyas is a very good batter against spin in the middle overs, rotating the strike and taking the odd risk. So he can complement someone like Virat in the middle if they have a partnership going. Virat Kohli, no words to say, man. We have seen the kind of craze that he has in the recent Ranji Trophy game. Also, the
Absolutely.
Delhi Stadium was jam packed just for watching one guy. So, and in white ball cricket, he is the king, man. Irrespective of what happened in down under Australia series, I think come the ODI format, it can give him that little time to settle down and then broaden his range. Is what 50 51 ODI centuries as well. And as you rightly said, come the ICC tournaments, the kind of a level kind of G's him up more. So I expect big things from Virat this ICC Champions Trophy, along with Shreyas. I think in the middle order, if these two guys can get you going, I think that will be a huge powerhouse kind of performance these guys can give you in. So I think I'll be backing that 1, 2, 3, 4 because that's where the ODI games are set up for the middle order power hitters to do the damage later on.
100%. Shreyas is somebody who plays spin so well, but you said about anchor, you have Shubman Gill at the top of the order. There's not someone any better than Virat Kohli in the middle overs to anchor the innings. But now I have a question for you. You said in the 2023 World Cup, we had Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul as our wicket-keeper batters, which made certain that KL Rahul comes in the middle order after the first ODI where Ishan Kishan was dropped after the game was Australia. But now you have Rishabh Pant. There's an extra headache for the management as well as the captain and Gautam Gambhir. I think potentially these 3 players, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, and Rishabh Pant will be the 3 players. Out of them, 2 of them will play at number 4 and 5. Who are your 2 players?
Rightly said. I think only two can play kind of the combination that we do go in the template that we have set for the ODIs. Only two can play, unfortunately. I'll start with Shreyas and Rahul because of the experience. Yes, Pant will be there in case
Wow.
of emergencies. I know it'll keep the more right hand oriented top heavy, but I'll start with Rahul because he has the game to be flexible and he has different gears. I feel compared to the ODI format. What Rishabh at times, as I said, sometimes inconsistent or bit impulsive at times to throw his wicket away. So I think you
Mhm.
need at least someone more experienced to start the tournament.
Okay, so you're going for KL Rahul as your number 5, and we know how experienced, how calm and composed he is. And I think this knock gets very underrated knock with the one versus Australia, where we were probably 5 for 3, and the way Virat and Rahul got us away from that and then got us to victory. I think he deserved 100. But those kind of knocks are always uh, gets unnoticed. But Hardik Pandya is back in the side. He has to stay fit because he gives you that balance, and he's bowling at a very good pace, near about clicking to 140.
Yes, again, all-rounder role, especially medium pace all-rounder, is what India is always backing for. And we rightly saw in the 2023 50-over World Cup, as soon as Hardik got injured, the kind of
Correct.
a balance and the playing 11 kind of got shuffled. Ideally, in the
Absolutely.
final, someone like Ashwin would have been a different threat on that pitch in Ahmedabad. But because of lack of all-rounder, we had to go the other way and play the seamers more. I think all the planning may have got disrupted because of one person's injury. So I think
One
Hardik plays a
person, the
great.
entire the balance of the side got disrupted. We had to force Surya Kumar Yadav in at number 6.
Yes, I think that wasn't your plan A. I can say we had to make do with a different combination. So that's why I'm saying we can't be dependent on one person's availability or anything. We need to have more options and give equal opportunity for everyone to flourish here. So I think Hardik, he can bowl the new ball as well. We've seen him in the T20s. In case we go with just one lead pacer in a Shami or a Bumrah, or in case Siraj plays or Arshdeep, if we go with slightly more spin heavy attack, you can
Mhm.
always back on Hardik to bowl a few overs within the power play so that the spinners
Mhm.
can come in later on with the field slightly spread out. So I think these combinations can only be done when your top all rounder is fit and available and in form. So Hardik again can be a power hitter down the order. We've seen him
Yeah.
do well, pretty well in the IPL as well, and can be a floater at times in case somebody isn't there. Put him up the order. We have got off a good start ahead of Shreyas at times maybe. You don't know. You give yourself more options. That's what you want as a team or a coaching staff in the back room. You want all these players ready to go in at any time of situations. Adding on earlier, Shreyas Iyer, he had a very good Vijay Hazare as well recently. So I think
Yeah.
the numbers he has stacked up, I think that's also merited a place for him in the recent form.
100%. That's a very good point, and that's the reason why Hardik Pandya is so important in the side. But a very interesting fact I have to tell you, Rohan, the way Ajit Agarkar announced the Champions Trophy squad on the day with Rohit Sharma, it had the batting order way: Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya. And the next name we always expect is Ravindra Jadeja. But Ravindra Jadeja was the 15th player that was announced in that squad, with Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar being the 7th and the 8th. Does that give you any indication that is it going to be Akshar Patel leading the side as the left arm spinning all rounder ahead of Ravindra Jadeja?
Possibly because recent times Akshar has delivered slightly better than Jaddu in the white ball format, and
Is
Jaddu
it
has
with the
played
bat
more
or with the ball?
in both. I think he's done pretty well in the T20 World Cup. He was the floater, wherein he went higher up the order at number 4 or 5, depending on the situation. Either sometimes as a guide to stabilize the innings as well, and has done recently well. Even for Gujarat as a captain in the recent Vijay Hazare, I think stepped up well and scored some vital runs for them. So, and now of course been the vice captain for the T20 team as well. Extra. Responsibility is what making him tick. So I think slightly ahead of Jaddu currently, based on form. Again, in case we merit a third spinner as well, Jaddu can easily come in, and we know
Yeah,
what Jaddu is, man. I think they want to promote Akshar as well now. In
correct.
case something happens, there's always Jaddu to call upon, is what the selectors would have thought.
Always there, Sir Ravindra Jadeja. Never forget him. But the three seamers India have gone with Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, and you have Arshdeep Singh. So happy to see Arshdeep Singh leading the side and picking up early wickets. But 2 wickets he had in 2024 with 12 ODI wickets to his name. Mohammad Shami, class apart, 195 ODI wickets to his name. And Jasprit Bumrah is 149. But Kuldeep Yadav, he will be very, very important as your Chinaman in those conditions at Dubai. He has 172 ODI wickets and has been very, very good form, but he's also nursing an injury.
But I think he recently made a comeback for UP as well in the Ranji Trophy. So he'll play the ODIs versus England. So I think that should be a good testing ground how fit he is. But as you said rightly, to win games or in championship, you need to pick wickets and wicket-taking bowlers. Just like how Jassi is equally important in the pace department. Kuldeep doing well in the mid overs, picking those wickets.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think is a bigger threat for any opposition. So I think Kuldeep being fit, because all the others whom you mentioned, Akshar, Washi, Jaddu, all are finger spinners, and you need a wrist
And
spinner.
a little bit of defensive minded bowlers they are rather than
Yes,
Kuldeep Yadav, who is always attacking.
yes. Sometimes run kind of restriction is not the way to win games. You need to complement, and Kuldeep definitely, as you said, is an attacking bowler, and picking wickets automatically curbs the run. So I think being a wicket-taking bowler in the middle overs, like we see a Hasaranga or a Rashid Khan. These guys are Zampa for Australia. I think that's where Kuldeep, of course, his fitness will come into picture because Dubai will be hot. So I think how well he can manage in those middle overs, I think will be very important key timings for India, how well we progress in the Champions Trophy, I feel.
Okay, so that could be a very important thing for Team India. But moving into the five players to watch out for, according to me, for Team India, I've gone for has to be Virat Kohli, has to be Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya is my third, Arshdeep Singh and Kuldeep Yadav are my remaining two because I'm not sure about Jasprit Bumrah, but Arshdeep Singh is equally good, I must tell you.
I think it's entire 15 are good, is what I feel. And that's why these guys are the best to represent India here. As you said rightly, with these five names, the big ones, they have to deliver, because in big tournaments, the big players has to step up, especially in the key games. Yeah, maybe other odd game here and there, the youngsters can come good, be your player of the match, etc. But come the big moment, as they say, come at the hour, come at the man. Just like our Virat Kohli steps up, or Rohit, or even a KL Rahul, he's also senior now. I think all these guys have to come in as one unit and go full on, because you never know after this which could be their next ICC event. Maybe this is
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
last one as well. So I think they want to head their respective careers on a high with a trophy in mind. I think that's what we fans also want. I know it's not always the happy kind of fairy tale endings people get, but this is what we always hope for these big players that we have. If they get that, it's nothing like it. But even if they don't, also they're still the stars. They'll always be superstars for us. It's just that coming good as a unit and at the right time, playing those key moments well, smart strategies, picking the right 11. I think that's what will go a long way in us doing well this trophy.
Okay, picking the right 11, playing as a unit is many things are coming into this equation. But you said this is the best 15 India could have gone for. Fair enough. But before I move on to the predicted playing 11, if you look into the fixtures of Group A for Team India, we start proceedings by facing Bangladesh. Then we face our arch rivals Pakistan, who are the host but are facing us at Dubai. And then we end up with New Zealand at Dubai. Not good history when it comes to facing Pakistan and New Zealand at Dubai, but it is what it is when it comes to these three teams we are facing. Fancying a 3-0?
Should, because the kind of format this is, even one game if you lose, it's like you're depending heavily on the other team's
Huge,
results.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's not a situation any team should be getting into. So whatever you can from your end, if you start winning at least the first game to start the tournament, and of course the next big blockbuster game that we have, I think if that gets won as well, I think against New Zealand it shouldn't be so difficult because. As per the schedule, India play completely in Dubai, whereas the other teams will
Mhm.
be to and froing from Dubai
Traveling,
to
yeah,
Pakistan.
absolutely.
So I think that's where India will have that slight edge compared to the other teams. I think we use that advantage well in acclimatizing to the conditions, getting the know-how of all the little details what happens at that particular venue. I think that should hold us a lot more better compared to the teams because the comparisons that you made they're more in a T20 format. I think so. Coming to a 50-over game, it's completely different. So hopefully the tides turn in our favor is what I hope.
Absolutely. But if you look into Pakistan, we face them on 23rd of February, and then after a week, we face New Zealand. So we have a huge gap, but we still remain at Dubai. So that's good enough gap for India. If they can make it 2-0, they have enough time to practice and relax and have fresh legs for the next game against New Zealand. But moving on to the predicted playing 11, this is going to be interesting. We're expecting the same from your end as well. This is my 11. Rohit Sharma, Virat, and Shubman Gill are my openers. Virat Kohli at number 3, Shreyas Iyer at 4, KL Rahul at number 5, and my wicket keeper. Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja are my two all-rounders. Kuldeep Yadav is my spinner, and the three seamers of Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, and Arshdeep Singh.
That sounds good because again, if Hardik is playing, that will add like four pacers into the
Yeah,
11, right? So I think we can rotate with one of the other spinners as well. Akshar also can give you that left-hand batter and a
that
floater
gives
that
you
I
then
also.
more batting depth. Then I thought about that as well. But if you add somebody like an Akshar in place of either of Shami, probably Shami
Yes.
will be the one that misses out. Then if you have them, then you will have batting delayed.
Yes, because that's what I think this current coaching setup wants that depth in the lower order as well, so that the top order can go a bit more upfront harder. So I think they may like to do that because that'll give you that left right hand combinations in the middle order as well. So I think if in case Rishabh isn't in your starting 11 straight up, so I think keeping Akshar and Jaddu or even a Washi if required can give you that flexibility because end of the day, the better options you have, the better chances of you coming good is what I feel in the white ball setup.
Okay, so you're saying that Akshar Patel should be there, just like the T20 World Cup final. Akshar and
Yeah.
Jaddu both played. So you're saying Akshar Patel should be there in place of probably Mohammad Shami. And also the conditions might just suit you three spinners as well. Thank
Or
you so
even
much.
just
Fair
if
enough.
the season there, Shami
Yeah,
plays
even
and
just the
Arshdeep along.
season there, then
Yeah,
Shami plays, and then you have Akshar Patel.
yeah.
Understandable. Fair enough. But final predictions Group A, it's India, Pakistan, New Zealand, and Bangladesh. So if you have to include India going into the semis, who is the second team alongside it?
I think the host should do well in places at
But the host
Pakistan
doesn't have the
and in,
stadium ready yet.
that's a completely different issue. That's their headache. But going by the kind of the recent form these guys have exhibited, they are a very threatening team at home. We know that, and Pakistan should come good just for the tournament's sake. India, Pakistan both making through will have a better, larger audience spectacle than the other teams.
So you're saying India and Pakistan from that group making it to the semis. Fair enough. Thank you so much, Ron. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. It's Team India. We're ready for the Champions Trophy 2025 under the leadership of Rohit Sharma. Sit back and enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye-bye.